Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your national television, ORTM 1. This is the time of your English program of every Saturday and Sunday. First, Mali news. Top news. First Council of Ministers of a government team headed by Major General Abdoulaye Maïga. The President of the Transition, Army General Assimi Goïta, gave guidelines based on the implementation of the recommendations of the National Conference on Refunding and the Inter-Malian Dialogue. The President of the Transition, Army General Assimi Goïta, has extended the scope of his social work on street lighting in the city of Bamako was launched this week at a peace monument. In August 2023, the government and the union signed the Social Stability and Growth Pact. 1 year on, the various parties are meeting to assess the commitment made by both sides. Ladies and gentlemen, before developing this title, I show you my guest, Yusuf Makasuba, teacher at NSUP, Fulbright alumni, Mali News. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Mali News. The first Council of Ministers of a government team headed by Major General Abdoulaye Maïga was held on Wednesday. The President of the Transition congratulated the 28 ministers and recalled the major orientation. This can be summed up as the implementation of the recommendation of National Assise of Refundation and Inter-Malian Dialogue. These are important recommendations in a context of major reforms. Sira Bachili and Angel Dambele's report.
Time is coming for a new government team to urgently progress in its actions. No time to lose. The people are waiting and we must respond effectively. Abdoulaye Maïga's team was listening to the guarantor of the functioning of public power, the head of state, Lieutenant General Assimi Goïta, a first council of ministers to clarify the ambitions of the transition for Mali, remembering for the regulars and important information for the brand new ones. The fundamental orientations of transition president are supported by 8 axes relating to the reforms undertaken in education, health, economic development, defense and security campaigns, given their importance in the context of securing the country, and President Goïta insisted on the need to continue political and institutional reforms for the legitimacy of state institutions. The third part of the presidential communication refers to the satisfaction of the basic needs of the population. To do this, it will be necessary to strengthen actions in the economic fields, with a particular emphasis on agriculture and the industrial branch. At the same time, education and health are expected to be improved. Establishing peace will also allow all these achievements since it contributes to the stability of the country, a conviction of transition president. For diplomacy, states now operates on geopolitics or the analysis of international relations and geostrategies. Mali stands for this idea. The head of state is keen to strengthen a relationship with partners who respect the sovereignty of Mali and the protection of Malians living abroad. The government's way bill for details will be achieved through an implementation program with specific aims. A global action plan will be developed. For the approach, President Goïta relies heavily on the administration, which is the pillar of the state. He finally insisted on the government team, which remains the guarantee of success to face challenges.
Prime Minister Major General Abdoulaye Maïga met members of his cabinet in the beginning of the week to explain his working method and to instill confidence in them in order to achieve results for the well-being of the population. For the head of government, this is not a change of course, nor even a change of vision, but rather a technical re-engineering. Report Mamari Kone and Angel Damele.
There are special advisors, technical, mission managers, and members of the Defense Office and V1s from Prime Minister's office, all invited to take part in this meeting with the Prime Minister. The day after taking office, the Prime Minister, also Minister of Decentralization, intends to greet the members of his office for their support and commitment to Mali. The head of the Malian administration relies on people's devotion in order to achieve the missions of the transition. Major General Abdoulaye Maïga knows well his feat since he was acting Prime Minister for a few months ago, during which he worked with the members of the office. It is a new step with the watchword of commitment and work well done in order to establish.
The government and social partners are assessing the social stability and growth pact signed on August 25, 2023 to calm the social climate. Notable progress has been made, but challenges remain. The opening ceremony, which took place this week, was chaired by the Minister of Labour, the Civil Service and Social Dialogue. Mamadou Fane and Bida Kamisoko reports.
1 year after the signing of the Pact for Social Stability and Growth, an evaluation of the Pact is essential for all those involved in the social dialogue. This workshop to validate the report on the Pact is an opportunity for the players to take stock of the situation. The implementation of the content of the Pact is appreciated in different ways by the workers' unions and the National Council of Employers of Mali. We are expecting not only full inclusion of national policies and company management in our living conditions, but also a balance in industrial relations. The militant realizes that our choice to sign this pact in certain provisions rules out the filling of claims. We are delighted with the results of this pact, particularly in the private sector. In the area of collective bargaining, several collective labor agreements have been concluded or are currently being negotiated in various sectors, including transport, financial institutions, mining, and pharmaceuticals. While the workers' union believes that the pact has not met their expectations, the CNPM believes that there has been a great deal of progress in the sector. Moreover, the government is committed to do everything in its power to satisfy all parties. At the end of this workshop, the government and social players will agree on the best way to ensure the proper implementation of the plan.
The Minister for Industry and Trade visited the premises of a pasta production unit of Hamadou Sila's New Food Society. Minister Moussa Hassan Diallo went there 1 year ago to enforce certain measures, notably the ban on wheat flour and pasta in the Republic of Mali. Tamsir Diabate and Angel Dambele tell us in these reports that the situation is reassuring.
Mali is mindful for management based on the country's realities, forced taking a courageous political decision which prohibited the export of flour, wheat, and pasta. A year ago, this measure seems to have an economic effect in this pasta manufacturing factory. The Minister of Industry, Moussa Hassan Diallo's first visit to this factory last July, only 15 days ago, after his appointment as head of the department, and that of today, his point of views are not the same. At Sonanim, the Minister of Industry visited the raw materials control and production rooms of pasta, including the manufacturing of cardboard and cans for preserves. At the end of his visit, he was informed about the commitments given to preserve jobs and guarantee food sovereignty through local production and protect industrial units are respected by professionals in the food industry. This industrial and economic policy desired by the transitional authorities aims to strengthen the emerging industry, employment, and food security.
The Air Force fleet is expanding, and the President of the Transition, General of Army Assimi Goïta, through the Minister of Defense and Veterans, is providing the farmer with new more powerful air vehicles. This equipment will enable the Army to fight terrorism effectively. Abdullah Sako and Gassou Diarra for the story.
Malian Army Forces and Defense comes through one of the biggest projects which are about security and territorial defense. In fact, Malian Army Forces and Defense have just bought materials and equipments in order to make security better for the people. These new equipments and materials are good enough to make security better everywhere in our country. This equipment has the ability to shoot until a long distance. Surely these materials and equipments will strengthen military actions in order to be successful on the battlefield and also to fight enemies. The Minister of Malian Army Forces and Defense, General Sadio Kamara, was very happy to receive these equipments and materials. To General Sadio Kamara, these new equipments will really strengthen military actions to make security better. General Sadio Kamara, Minister of Defense, would like to thank His Excellency General Assimi Goïta to make through these equipments and materials. In addition, he wanted to thank all officers and soldiers for fighting in order to defend the motherland. General Sadio Kamara was sure, confident, and joyful. This is an opportunity for our army to make progress and be on the top.
The Center for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, is supporting the Malian government to fight against polio through the vaccination campaign. This is why the center's experts call on the press for a wide dissemination of information on the vaccination campaign against the disease, which is being held from November 22nd to 25. The roundtable was held at the United States Embassy in Mali. Let's follow.
First of all, what's the reason of this meeting today and discussion? The reason is to explain a little bit what the poliovirus is doing all over the world, especially in Mali. And there are some cases that have been detected in the past. In terms of polio eradication, we have some strategies that we have in place in collaboration with the Malian government, the Ministry of Health, and with partners, 6 partners that we have. We have the World Health Organization, we have United Nations Fund for Children, and we have also BMGF, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We have also Gavi and the Vaccine Alliance. And with those partners, we work together to put in place the strategies. And the main strategies, the goal is to reinforce the vaccination and in the country through the mass vaccination and the surveillance, detection of the cases and through surveillance. And the main thing during this discussion is to also know we had the campaign which started this Friday, and the campaign is a nationwide campaign, and all over this country, in the region, all the regions and districts areas, and we encourage our family members and mothers and fathers to allow the vaccinators to vaccinate the children and to receive the vaccination, and also to know that vaccination is very important. The best way to eradicate polio, as we have already mentioned, is to accept that the children receive all the vaccination.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of Mali News, but stay with us for the guests of the week. I am with Yusuf Makasuba, teacher at NSIP, Fulbright alumnus. We continue to talk about the different parts of an essay. First, what are the different parts of an essay?
Okay, thank you for having me. Again, as you said, we're going to continue about the essay. Formerly, we talked about some characteristics, some parts, of the essay. Today, we're going to deal only on the different parts of the essay.
Okay.
That is the introductory paragraph, the developmental paragraph, and the conclusion,
Okay.
or the concluding paragraph.
Good.
Those are the three parts, main parts of the essay.
Thank you very much. So can you comment on the characteristic of each part?
Excellent. Thank you very much. The introductory, we start with the introductory paragraph. Even actually, we cannot, most of the writers will not start with the introductory paragraph because the introductory paragraph is very difficult, like the ending, like the concluding paragraph to write. This is why many authors, many experienced writers, they delay this part, this introductory paragraph, till the end, until the writing process is underway, or it is completed, or they settle down in the topic. How can you introduce something that you don't know much about it?
Not at all.
This is why in writing, our students, we say memory writing, teacher, I bring the the first chapter, chapter 1. I say, how can you bring chapter 1? You do not even read the literature. How can you read? You don't know much about. How can you introduce something you don't know much about? So, this means that the introductory part and the concluding part are the most difficult thing to write in an essay.
Okay.
They are really daunting. It is a daunting task to write. This is why we have to be very careful.
Yes.
Because no reader will commit himself to read through all your paper. So you need to have an interesting lead or hook. You need to hold the interest of the reader and hold it to catch the interest of the reader and catch it. So we have developed some techniques like the funnel theory. We start big at the top and then you narrow down to your topic. And then you have the dramatic interest, you have the turnabout, what you call in French l'antithèse, and then we have the quotation mark. All those techniques, the objective is to attract the reader's attention, because this is so important to attract the reader's attention. So once we do that, we are almost sure that with an interesting lead, the reader will follow, will read everything we said. But it is not easy. We said generally at the introductory part, start at the beginning, continue, and then continue till you come to the end and stop. And it does not work this way because many people, they don't know how to start. Many people, they don't know how to stop. And this is a problem. So now, in this, we talk about some elements here, the entrance, the dramatic entrance, and so on and so on. Okay. But now we have the thesis statement, which is the main idea of the essay. Everything you write will relate to developing the thesis idea. Everything. So it is a central part of the essay. So logically, whatever you write should be linked to this. And there is no fixed position to this. It should come toward the end or at the end. But sometimes it is not even there. It is implied, or suggested. So you don't see it, written as we write the cigarette smoking is dangerous toward the end. This is my thesis statement. Sometimes we don't see it clearly. It is not written, but it is implied or suggested. All this make this work a little bit difficult because the first thing the reader is going to see is, so make sure you have, like a fisherman, you try to lure the reader with your bait, how he can take your bait so that he read your introduction. So again, this is the centrality of this. And many readers, they delay. The professional reader, the experienced writer will delay it till the writing process is well done. But the inexperienced writer, may say that he's going to start from the beginning. This is what we all see. You know, you start with the introduction, introduction. No, it is very difficult to do that. So you have to delay it. But the inexperienced writer will try to do it correctly, and this will take a lot of time. While he can continue, and then when he's settled down, he has some paragraph that he can bring to us, the introductory paragraph. So this is for, I think I say a lot about the introductory paragraph. And then you come to the developmental paragraph. This also, in college writing, we have the introductory paragraph. This is the first paragraph, 5-paragraph essay. The first paragraph is introduction, and then you have 3 paragraphs in the developmental paragraph. So then each paragraph comes with a topic sentence. Jene is the most beautiful place. This is your thesis statement. For each part in the developmental paragraph, you should have 3 topic sentences. Each topic sentences talk about one aspect of the beautifulness of Jene. Each one. The second one will talk about another aspect. The third one will talk about another aspect. So, and then when you are writing this, when you finish the first topic sentence, topic and controlling idea. Topic is the subject, controlling is the attitude of the writer, and you have to develop that attitude. Once you're done with this, before getting to the second one, you have to announce the second one in the first paragraph, and then you announce the third one in the second paragraph, and then you come up with ideas and, you know, statistic, number, everything, and then we move to the conclusion. And this is the most difficult, again, like the beginning, to write, because you are going to conclude. Conclusion is a restatement. It is a summary of what has gone before, right? Conclusion is this, a summary what has gone. But the thing is, sometimes the conclusion is more than that. It's more than repeating in the topic sentence the key word, phrases or ideas or the synonym. It's more than that sometimes, the conclusion. But many people, unfortunately, they don't know when to stop. If you are from Segu, right? Where are you from?
From Beledugu.
Beledugu. If you want to take a trip to Beledugu, this, we're talking about the conclusion part. You want to take a trip to the Beledugu. And then in your overall purpose, when you arrive to Beledugu, you should know that I get to Beledugu, I'm going to stop. But if you don't have an overall purpose, you just traveling, you don't know where you're going, you arrive to Beledugu, you will pass without stopping. But you need to stop. A paper has a beginning, has an end. You know, this is why you need to know the overall purpose of you know, what you are doing, where are you going? I'm going to Nyoro, my hometown is Nyoro. When I arrive to Nyoro, I'm going to stop. It is exactly the same thing when writing a paper. You need to know where to stop. Unfortunately, many writers, they don't know where to stop. Because they have some difficulties with their, you know, their essay itself. It comes from this. If you have some difficulties with ending up, you don't know how to stop. It's a common problem. It's not an uncommon problem. It is seen in many papers that we read. The students, they don't know where to stop. So you see, so this is why this also is very difficult to write. You have to be careful. You know.
When you go to Nyoro, you stop to Kulogaren to take water.
Yes, exactly.
We have some suggestion for our reviewer about this characteristic.
Yes, I think we are talking about writing a good essay. You know. And we have some overwork expression. Overwork, I think last time I talked about this, like in conclusion, like I have shown you, or like finally. Those, they have lost their value now. They have been so used. We say overwork expression. So it's not good, you know, when you conclude to say that in conclusion and so and so and so. But all the good essays, what is a good essay? A good essay will provide a kind of wrapping up, from the ideas introduced in the beginning throughout the end. If you can do that, you really, I think you have a good essay. And the conclusion which will provide, you know, a kind of wrapping up, to wrap up, to finish the ideas introduced in the beginning throughout the end. I think you do a good job. Again, let me insist on the conclusion. You know, it's summary. you summarize.
Yes.
You inspire the reader. Because when the reader read your paper,
Yeah.
he has some feeling. From now on, I'm not going to throw a cigarette butt in the street. From now on, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop drinking. This means that the reader his writing has got some effect on this. And then the reader is going to do what you call to take action. For example, in the traffic in Bamako.
Yes.
If you write a paper on the traffic in Bamako, an essay about the traffic, the reader will say, you write. From now on, I'm going to comply with the traffic sign. If I see the red light, I'm going to stop.
Yes.
So your essay has contributed to change the thinking of one man. And everybody who's going to read, probably likely, is going to change this.
Okay.
So you see how great is writing.
Yes.
If you have a powerful writing, powerful argument, it contributes to change the people, attitude, in life. And this is what we look, looking for good citizens.
Yes.
And your writing has contributed to do that.
Good. Thank you very much, Professor. So I think this is the end of essay.
Thank you.
So I don't know what topic you'll bring after.
Yeah, you have a lot.
Thank you again for coming.
Thank you. You have a lot. Thank you.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our English program. We'll be together next Saturday at 5:30 p.m. and Sunday at 10 a.m. for another English time. Same time, same channel, ORTM 1. May God bless Mali. Goodbye.